Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about how you guys can make $500 every single day from swing trading stocks. We're going to be talking about entries, exits, stocks that we're recently in a position with. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe. And if you guys want to learn more about swing trading and how I find these stocks, our strategies, our approach, check out our school. It's fantastic. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat, but more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not alerts or anything like that. It's literally like a college class. There's quizzes, there's lectures, there's a group chat. So if you want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals, check it out down below. And we even have a final exam. So make sure you guys check it out. And you guys can get 20% off by using code YouTube. Use code YouTube, sign up, and I'll see you guys in there. And guys, let's jump into this. So the first thing that I kind of want to talk about is that $500 a day. I know everybody wants that secret. And the reality of it, if you guys are a successful trader and you can make $5 a day, the only thing that's separating you from making more money once you have that good strategy, isn't the strategy. It's not your entries. It's not your exits, because you are a profitable trader. It's just your account size. So you just need to continue to grind and understand the basic growth of compound interest. So I wanted to talk about that because a lot of people always say, Carter, I feel like $500 is so, it's not achievable with swing trading. And honestly, it totally is. You just have to grind. You have to treat trading like a job, like a business. You are the result of your actions. Think of that, right? If you're just sitting on your phone and you're saying, oh, I wish I should be a trader, look at charts, look at stocks. You watching this video, you're already taking that first initiative to wanting to become a trader. So just put in the time. And before you know it, you'll get there. So guys, let's turn to the computer and see some of our more recent swing trades. So the first thing here that I kind of want to talk about is going to be the broker. Now, the broker I use, because a broker is very, very important. This is how I get in and out of my position. So I use a good one. I like Moomoo. They're a completely free broker. They offer charting, paper trading, scanning, all that good stuff. So if you're getting into trading, check out Moomoo. I'll put a link to them down below, and you guys can get up to 20 free stock just by signing up. So it's like a no-brainer. All right. Now, the first thing that I would highly recommend doing if you are taking trading to that next level, you go, okay, Carter, today, 2025 is the year. I want to be a trader. What should I do? First thing, paper trade. Moomoo does offer paper trading, but there's a lot of other sites that do as well, right? There's Thinkorswim. There's, variety of Moomoo. There's a bunch. So paper trading is so important because it will help with your entries, your exits, your risk management systems. And during this phase, you need to journal. All right, journaling your trades is probably one of the most underutilized things new traders don't do. I'll show you guys my trading journal and how you guys can, I'll put a link to this down below. So if you guys actually want to get this, you guys can. So this right here, every single week, we look and we review our trades. So we track our trade performance. So, this past week we had two different strategies. We had a breakout and a moving average strategy. The total profit that we made was about a little over $2,000, which is great, right? I'm not a trader where I'm not going to look at $2,000 and be like, man, I can't afford my Lamborghini. Hey, that's going to pay for my Fusion. That's paying for my mortgage. That's paying for my house, right? That's awesome. That is exactly what I look for. And I think that is the thing with traders nowadays, especially online, is they go, how to make $10,000 a month, how to make $10,000 a day, how to make $100,000 a month. It's like, no, man, I just want to like pay my bills. And so that's what you just like really just need to understand is like everybody, no matter what, once you have a good strategy, it's not about like these crazy returns. You just need to understand the growth of it. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But, this is our trading journal here. So you guys can see some of our more recent swing trades throughout the past couple of weeks here. But we also have this dashboard where we can track our performance here. So, one of the things that I do is I always want to make sure that I know what months are doing well. So January, we've had 3 wins, which was tied with December, which is good. November was one of our bigger months here, where we actually profited about $8,100, which is awesome. And December is only $1,500, right? But we're profitable. I do this full time, so I had the luxury, and I'm so thankful. But going to the weekly overview here, this is so important to review these trades, understand the directions, your strategy, what strategies are working. Luckily we have two winners here, but sometimes you'll have losers, and you want to review those trades and see what went right, what went wrong, all that good stuff. So I'll put this down below. If you guys want to get it, all you guys need is a Google Sheets, a Gmail for it. So check that out. All right. So now here with trading, one of the things that I do, and I think I would highly recommend you guys doing it, is to have a checklist. Having a checklist is so important. It's like going into I played sports growing up, so it's like going into a football game with a playbook, right? And if you're not doing that, you're putting yourself in a bad spot. At the end of the day, you really are, because you want to make sure that the stock you're buying has some sort of quality aspect to it. You don't want to just buy a stock because I told you to, or because some guy in TikTok or YouTube told you to, or in a Discord. You want to buy a stock because you understand it, it follows your checklist, and you just understand the approach behind it. So we'll talk about one that I use. So the first thing here that I do is I want to go to the daily time frame. Going to the daily time frame is really important. And for those of you that don't know what this is, each candlestick here, so this represents 1 day of trading. Now, when I go to like the 1 hour, now 1 hour is one candlestick, right? So for me, I mostly use the daily and then the hourly. So the first thing that I look at here, we'll remove some of these indicators just to make it a little easier to see. So the first thing I look at here is trends. I want to make sure the stock I'm buying has some sort of upward trend. Trends, in my opinion, are another really important thing for a trader, because a lot of people want to find these stocks on a downward trend, and and they buy them super cheap for like $1 or $5, and the stock maybe was once trading for $100, and they go, man, okay, if I buy this stock at $1 and it goes back up to $100, I am going to be rich. Yeah, you're going to be rich if it does that, but like 99% of the time, it is not going to happen. So for me, the first thing on my checklist is finding a stock on an upward trend. So with this position we took, ENB, we had that great trend. Another thing that I use are technical indicators. So I use moving average lines, like these lines right here. I use the RSI line, and then I'll also use like the MACD and the volume. I know this might seem really overwhelming, but you don't need it. It doesn't need to be. I would highly recommend just picking like 3 indicators when you guys are first getting started and just master them. I've swing traded with 1 indicator and 2. You don't need a million. So the indicators here that I would really recommend learning are going to be these. So moving average lines. So you guys will notice we have the yellow, we have the blue, and we have the red. So the red is the 200-day moving average line. The blue is the 90-day moving average line. And then the yellow is the 50-day moving average line. So you're saying, Carter, what's the difference? Well, the higher up you go, the harder the support level is going to be. So the red is going to be a harder support than the blue. The blue is going to be a harder support than the yellow. So you guys will notice that like the stock has these great tendencies of hitting, right, that red line, getting buying pressure, hitting it here, getting buying pressure. Now, when a stock is below it, right, those same support levels act as resistance. So you guys can see it hits it, and we just have a hard time, right, breaking above it, because it acts as support and resistance. So in an ideal situation, you want to get in on a stock on an upward trend above the moving average lines on some sort of support line. So in this circumstance here, the stock hit this blue line here, right, in the past, right, hit it and we had that good buying pressure. So it was coming in contact with this again, right? And I don't want to just buy because it's hitting that moving average line. What if it breaks down through it like this? So one of the things that you guys can do is to look at a lower time frame and the RSI. So we'll look at the RSI right here. So the RSI is another technical indicator. So this is a way to see what a stock has done in the past with that same momentum. So at the time here, the stock was trading for about a 29 on the RSI. The last time it was trading for a 29 was back in here, and what happened? Had a great move. Previous to that was back a little bit in here where we had that good move. Previous to that was back in here where we had this good move. So you understand, okay, we have an upward trend, stock hitting a moving average line. It's undervalued on that RSI line. Now we want to go to a lower time frame. Because with trading, one time frame can be telling you one thing, and then another time frame could be telling you another. So you want to look at several different time frames. So I'll mostly look at the daily and the hourly. And don't forget, guys, if you guys want to learn like how to find these stocks, more strategies, check out our school. You guys can get 20% off by using code YouTube. So check it out. Check it out. But all right. So you guys will notice here, if we remove these, moving average lines, that stock had that downward trend, right? Where it hit it and we just had a hard time breaking above it. So this strategy is a breakout strategy. That stock popped up. This right here would have been the absolute best entry point for the stock. And obviously with trading, you'll never buy at the lows. You'll never buy, or buy at the peak lows and sell at the peak high. When I entered, I didn't even buy it here. This would have been the best entry point. So what I did is I popped those moving average lines back up because moving average lines work on all time frames. So we'll pull them back up. You guys can see it hit that 90-day moving average line if we look close and had that hard time, right? Because it's fighting that resistance. Popped up, hit it again, popped up, and we popped up finally above that hard resistance, that mean red line. And it popped up, and now it's establishing support. You guys can see we're just trading in between here, figuring out what's going on. And after like the third or fourth hit in buying pressure, that's where we entered, near and around that 41.60 mark. Entering here, we can go ahead and draw this out, and this is why I love Moo, guys, is because we can do this. Entering here, keeping our stop loss about 1% from the entry price, with a possible push up to resistance up at 44, gives a 5-to-1 risk and reward. And I know you're saying, Carter, what's the point of that? Well, I will show you. So imagine you guys are starting out with that small account, right? Like I said in the beginning, you're trying to make that $5 a day. So maybe you started out with $1,000. All right. And maybe you find a stock like this. Maybe you find over the course of a year, you find 25 stocks, okay, with this same approach. You risk that 1%. We'll round up. We'll risk a little more. We'll risk 2% for a 5-to-1 risk versus reward. Now, you might be saying, Carter, man, you must have to win a lot of these trades to be profitable. Well, imagine you're not, and you win 40% of your trades. After the end of the year, guys, you've almost doubled your account. And even if you weren't that good and you only won 30% of your trades, right, you are still going to be profitable. And that's what you need to seek out here is these high quality setups with good risk and reward and understanding what's going on. So this is a very simple strategy you guys can do for 2025. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. But this is my exact setup, my approach. And with the stop loss before you guys enter or leave, we're keeping it near and around the, high 43 mark because it's near that resistance. So we want to take profit there. So hope you guys all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.